my best friend. Didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies.
Hey everybody, it's Ceci
and Brenda.
Welcome back to Entre Hermanas.
Welcome.
How have you guys been? How's your week going? Sister, how's your week going? How come every time that we ask ourselves, hey, how's your week going? The first thing we go is,
I don't know how my week went. Or is going. We did a live. We just did a live. I'm pretty pumped about it because I don't like to show my face on social media. I'm very insecure about myself. And this year, one of my words is risk.
What do you say, like your motto is to take a risk, or what's a motto?
To take more risks. Not motto. Is my motivational word, I guess, or the word I'm gonna go by this year is that I'm gonna commit to trying to make more risks because I like to feel very secure where I am. I do not go out of my bubble and I need to spread my wings.
It's hard to make her try things, like try new things. She will not. So I
like to stick to what I know, my facts, and trying out new things like socializing, social media, pictures, working on myself, self-care, that whole list.
You know what, sister? I want to take that motto too. Ceci, take more risks.
Girl, you've lived by that motto too.
Yeah? Well, 2021 starts new.
Oh my God, you're just a risk taker. Flat out, you know? You're always going for that extra.
Yo, my birthday is gonna be next month and I just can't accept it. Like, I've always been like, ever since I was small, and like las tías, they're like, ay, no digas mi edad, ay, no que I'm that tía, bitch, don't say my age because I'm not ready. I'm not ready to be there.
I forget how old I am. Sometimes I'm like 24, 25. I'm like, God damn it. Am I 26 or 27?
Are you really asking me?
Yeah.
I think you're 27.
Oh, fucking. I'm going to be 28.
Yeah, baby. I'm 23. I'm going to be 24, y'all. And I'm not ready for 24. But I don't know if I'm going to just keep it and just keep saying I'm 23, you know? Fuck it. Nobody needs to know. Are you doing the math? Are you really doing the math? Yes, you're 27.
I'm 27. Oh, my God.
You're doing the math. Really?
Yes, I did the math. I had to do the math.
Can you believe you're almost 30?
My God, se me va a pasar el tren.
Oh.
It's okay though.
It's okay, bitch. You can take it in a helicopter. It's good. No, man. No, it's cool. You know, like I've seen those posts like that they put on Facebook. Like, no te preocupes. You know, like J-Lo was with like this like 20-something-year-old and she's like 40 and they're just like, a lo mejor el tío todavía está en la prepa. Like, don't worry about it, girl.
It's crazy though, but like I feel what really has kept me in my bubble is my freaking insecurities about myself, about my body, how I talk, how I sound. This episode we want to talk about toxic relationships and all that, and I think it all goes down to like previous relationships, how they've made you feel, and to where you are at right now. Because for me...
Amen, sister. Amen, bro. Yes.
Yeah.
I feel that. Like, sadly, you know, our first relationships are what shape us. You know, I think we all have that first love. Like, come on, girls. Like, don't tell me you didn't have that first love. I know the man you're with right now is not your first love. I can say that. And I say that, like, to me, too. Like, I love the man I'm with, but he was definitely not my first love.
No.
And you know what? First love, if you're out there, fuck you.
Yes. But yeah, definitely that shapes you and it's hard to accept and move forward. And for me, taking that extra risk to be able to get someone, I'm like, it's a waste of time. Like, nah, not worth my time.
You know what though? I think it's you're on track. You know, you're at least gonna first love yourself first. You're gonna accept yourself first before you have someone else love you, because then you're not gonna feel loved because you're so insecure of what you have, what you are, of your person. And so then you won't be able to be loved because you're not going to let them to be loved. Love you.
I really felt that.
Yeah?
Yes.
I meant it from the heart. I'm happy you're loving yourself. It's nice. It's beautiful. It's a whole new you. And it's so bright. And now, like, I have been in a mojo, and I see my sister, like, hoy me peiné, you guys. Hoy me peiné.
Thanks for the compliments.
Like, yeah, y'all. Thank you for the compliments of the hair, but I'm still I want to cut it. I just don't know if I want to get my mom, like, I don't want to make her mad because they cut my hair again. So I don't know if I want to go there again.
But you rocked that short hair.
My Dora the Explorer.
No, you weren't shorter than that.
And now with my little backpack just walking everywhere. No, y'all. Okay, so we are trying to, like, love our bodies, right? And one thing I always wear up and down that I would never wear is a damn crop top. And today when I went to my sister's house, like, she showed me this new crop top that she had gotten, right? It's from Fashion Nova. And they have really good clothes, honestly. They have really nice clothes, especially for us big girls.
And don't forget to use my code, Brenda Tuskis. And we'll post that on our feed.
Listen, this bitch, I'm explaining the clothes and she's trying to get promoted. Nah, I'm talking about, like, they honestly have, like, really nice clothes. And, like, it's I like it because, like, I don't like the little wings I have of skin on my arms. I call them my wings because that's what my grandma would call them. They were my alas. So, like, you know, but I am insecure of them. And I like these shirts because they go more further. But either way, let me tell you about my crop top story. That was the first time. This is the first time I've ever worn one. And so I went home to my sister's house. And she's like, I got crop tops. And I was like, oh, pues déjame ver, you know. And I put it on, and yes, it did look cute. It was beautiful. Y luego tragué. And I looked like Gus. I was talking to my best friend. I was like, girl, I really look like Gus. And I was sitting in the table with my dad. And he's like, why didn't you wear a bigger shirt? And I was like, cause Brenda. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, Brenda told me to put this shirt on. And then he's like, no. He's like, that looks like Jocelyn's shirt. And I was like, damn. But I'm over here looking like Gus. I just need my little beanie.
But she was rocking it, okay?
I'm a cute Gus. I was like, I'm a cute Gus. It's cool. It's cool, you know? At least I wore it today, and I felt good about it. I know my lonjitas are over here popping out, but I love it.
But it's crazy, you know, like how you think like your lonjitas, but in accepting your body, like some men sexualize you to the point where you feel so insecure about yourself.
Whoa, now that you're going to talk about being sexualized, dude, I have this thing. I've always said that we as humans, I want to say everybody, really start sexualizing girls the moment they are born. Because then they're like, oh, you know, like, si tienes una niña, cuídala porque ya acá está mi gallo. And they're like, oh, ella ya está apartada pa mi hijo. Like,
when my daughter was born, dude, a lot of people me la chuleaban. Like, oh, qué niña tan más preciosa. Qué ojos tan más bonitos. Cuídala. And I'm like güerita. Over here, like, as this, like, mama, I'm like, what do you mean, like, cuídala? Like, I would even ask them. I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, yeah, like, she's gonna be really pretty. Like, make sure you take really good care of her. So, it's crazy.
And I think as, like, in a way, like, we feel, like, odd, you know, like, oh, you know, thank you. But now that we kind of put things, like, together with things that we've been through and all that, it's crazy. It's crazy because you literally are sexualized as, like, the moment you are born. As a woman. And you know what? I've mentioned, like, I've heard it when, like with little boys and stuff like that, they, like, get sexualized at a very young age. And it just seems, I don't know, for us, it's been something that's been on our mind.
And for sometimes, like, even family, they think it's funny. And, like, la gordibuena, I remember those are some quotes they would say.
They would call me, in the rancho, they would call me la sexy. Because I was, like, I mean, honestly, I had to embrace my body at a very young age. I was born chunky. I was literally born chunky. I can't even tell you how many pounds I weigh, but I was born chunky. I got stuck. And my whole life, like, I've just been chunky. Like, I cannot remember myself being skinny ever. Ever, ever, ever. So then it, like, a mí desde chiquita, you know, that, like, they would, like, call me la gordita. I was known as la gordita, la gordita.
La gordibuena.
And literally, and there was a point, like, I went into counseling because apparently the problem that I had was that I was fat. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, oh, bitch, like, I didn't know that was an issue, but cool, you know? And it got to me when I was really small. Like, I was really small. And I'm just like, bro, this is who I am. And it is what it is. And I've always made sure that wherever I went, like, no matter where I went, to the store, to a party, to, like, no matter where, I always had to look good because then I would feel insecure. Like, yes, bitch, like, I'm chunky, but that's why I'm like, la gordibuena, you know, like, I'm still cute, shit.
Yeah.
And to me, I was cute.
You've always been cute.
Mm-hmm. And it's always been something like that. I was known, mucha gente me dice, like, no matter where you go, you dress cute, but, you know, it's like my insecurity. If I do not dress cute, I feel like you're not looking at me now, you're just looking at my chunkiness.
I think for me, as when I was young, was that I was so skinny. And that was, I don't know if it was that.
But you were skinny for you were skinny while you were in Mexico.
I was skinny. I don't know at what moment I felt sexualized.
I think, honestly, I'm gonna say, because I've heard it a lot, is a lot of people remember you because of the faldita negra you would use.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, there was one person that I heard it say, and they're like, oh, you know, con la faldita negra. And I was like, bitch, what? You talking about? What was you, like a 5-year-old y la faldita negra? It was just a damn skirt. But then apparently that was sexy to them.
Yeah. That's crazy how guys are toxic like that. How they...
And you know what? Like, I don't want it to sound like we're feminists, because así como las mujeres... like that they get sexualized, así también los hombres, you know? Mm-hmm. And I think it's just something that's going on that a lot of people just oversee. And they just take it because that's literally our culture. Mm-hmm. So,
we wanted to get to the point of why we are so close before going into... Right.
Our toxic relationships. Yes. Antes del chisme, antes de lo bueno, antes de lo jugosito.
We left off on that.
Yes, we definitely do want to answer that. And honestly, like we said last episode, it is something that we are still trying to figure out. We jot down like what we remember, how we feel, but there honestly is just no right answer, I feel. No. Like, if you think about it, sister, like, for me, like I said last time, you know, like, I don't remember ever playing with you as a kid. Like, I don't remember you even being in Mexico, just because I see pictures.
I do remember our experiences in Mexico, like, when we would make hielitos de leche with my parents.
Yo lavaba las tripas with my mama. Teníamos una carnicería, and I remember she would show me how to lavar las tripas. I would see how they lavar las tripas. And, bro, like, I can't eat them now. No. But back then, like, my dad tells me, like, yo corría alrededor del caso waiting for the tripitas to come out.
Yes.
And let me tell you, I guess they were bomb because I would eat them hot. Like, I'd still eat the tripitas. Yeah. Sorry, go back. I had to tell them.
I remember that. I remember where in school they would sing to me and you were there. Like, remember El Maestro?
I don't remember that. I can't remember that part.
Cuando nos planchaban la falda, I remember that. My mom like always having to making sure que la falda estuviera bien planchadita for us to be able to go to school. Mm-hmm. Las calcetas.
I remember being walked down by dogs. I always had my pot of dogs, like, literally walk me to and from school. And we never actually knew why. We just knew that They follow me. And I mean, now that I think about it, I'm just like, a lo mejor porque voy a carnitas, dude.
Yeah. And it's crazy, though, why we're so close, because we're complete opposites in a lot of things.
Honestly, very different personalities for sure. And I mean,
but we click so good.
I wonder why. There's sometimes that I'm just like, girl,
esta vieja está bien pendeja.
And she just makes me so mad. And then like,
no, bitch, no.
No, we get over it so quick. Like, if we get in a fight, it hurts like a whole day, maybe 2 days now, because we live apart.
But we cannot go to bed without like saying good night or I love you.
Good night, sister. I love you. That's our main, like, regardless, you know, like, you never know what's gonna happen, so you better, you know, make up. But honestly, dude, we're just like, I feel like we were raised so different.
But we were raised so different, and I feel like because of that, a lot of like our rivalry started, right?
Yeah,
because of that separation time.
I didn't like her. Honestly, I didn't like her. I would straight up be like, why is this girl here? I don't like her.
Yeah.
I had, like, I don't know. You were just a snob. You were like a little Miss Perfect. And yo era acá la que todavía me comía los pinches mocos y, you know, like, ando bien greñuda. Me vale madre la balacera.
In Mexico, we were together. And she was pretty young. She was like 3, maybe 4. And then the migrating to here occurred. So first I came, and that's when we separated. So we were without each other for like, I was without a mom or any of my siblings.
Yeah, because
only
my dad. My dad brought you, and then you ended up staying with one of my aunts.
Mm-hmm. I ended up staying here for about a year. That's how we remember it. About a year. That's what my mom says.
That's what my parents say. But
we remember it longer, like 2.5 maybe. That's how I remember it. But then, like, I was like a single, like, a
single child.
A single child. Yes, I was gonna say that, but you know, I was like a only child in that couple. Like, it was my aunt and my uncle, and they were raising me as their child. So I had like full on attention. Siempre andaba bien arregladita, and like my hair done, and my shoes and my clothes. So
I just think they were strict. I think they were so
tough.
strict, you know. While she was like, yeah, bien arregladita, you know, I was like with my dress, Maria's like running around without shoes in a rancho, and I was living my childhood. Like, I was telling my mom, there was so much going on, but I lived one of the best childhoods I can remember. Like, I can remember just running around bare feet. I remember having mi pinche corte de conguito, but I would sit there with all the adults and act like I was part of the bubble. I remember all the families getting together all the time, like.
And no, I was raised to be like a proper lady. Like, my shoes couldn't get dirty. I better not get my traje de domingo to get dirty. No hands on the table while you're eating. No talking.
You had to eat everything in your plate. I remember you had to eat, like, oh, hell no. There was one
They
time
wouldn't let me up from the table unless I finished my food, because they wanted me to value the importance of food, because the difference was I would say, no, I don't want this, like my children right now. They say, I don't want this, and I'm like, okay, you want this else, but then I've realized that they don't take the importance of food, you know, like what there is what there is, instead of giving them an option. Like, we can't just be throwing food away because you don't want it.
I love doing this to you. But yet again, she was the girl that would not eat at nobody's house if the food didn't have chile.
If the food had chile.
If the food had chile. Her food could not be touching. She would not just eat anything, bro. She was one of the most pickiest eater I've known. So I don't know where that went. You were saying?
But now I'm changing. I'm changing.
Oh,
to the point where I like chile. I try to provide a lot of things, because before, like, I'm like, this does not look like something I eat. I do not eat.
Okay, but you're doing this now because Now you see babies.
You know, I want to raise my children the right way. There's no handbook, so
There is not.
I'm paranoid.
I love
They
how
changed
my mom,
me.
I love how my mom would say to us when we were younger, pero cuando tengas hijos, se van a acordar de mí. Se van a acordar de mí.
Oh my God.
And bro, we remember her every day. Y todavía le preguntamos, Ama, ¿nosotros también éramos así? She's like, my kids never. My kids would never do that. And I was like, oh man.
Karma.
Karma hit us bad. And you know what? We still have a lot to go.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're thankful that she was raised in, I guess, in a very strict way. And I was able to live a childhood like I can't, like no other. I had no boundaries. Nobody would say no to me. It was awesome. So I think now mixing these two ways, we learn from each other, and it's
Completely, like, just by our facial expressions, we know how we're feeling. We know everything. I'm like, are you okay?
We do. It's crazy how
We
just vibe. And a lot of people ask us, you know, like people are like, how do you handle Brenda? I'm just like, I don't fucking know. I think it's because we were raised together. Because last time we were talking, I was like, sister, I don't think if we were sisters, like, do you think we would be friends? She's like, no. And I was like, yeah, I was going to say that too. Like, I don't think we would be friends for nothing. But it's cute. I love that we vibe so well.
I know, and I'm trying to change it to where I can vibe with more people because my inner circle is
Cece.
Cece.
And Junior. We're just us, you know. And I get her, in a way. I'm jealous, though, because she don't need nobody else. She don't need nobody else but me. And then yet again, she says she does.
But she has to, and at the point where she's going to have to share me, we'll see how that happens, you toxica.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But guys, what bothers you in a relationship? Like, what gets you furious? Like, go full on Hulk.
What is your biggest pet peeve? Like, there's
Hygiene. For me, it is hygiene, 100%. If he don't brush his teeth, like, I had a relationship once where this guy literally se clavó la cara y el mono no.
No, let me correct her because she says se clavó.
Oh, sorry.
Se lavó la cara y el mono no. I'm sorry. Let me correct her.
Sorry. What she said. But, oh my God, I had to send him back. I was like, hell no. I was like, you're going back in the shower and you make sure you scrub everything. But yeah.
I'm not that toxic. I wouldn't be rude like that. I'd be like, oh yeah, vete a bañar. Well, maybe.
No.
It depends how long, how many days. Cause
And see, this goes back to your childhood, you know? Like, that discipline, like that, like, to me and my kids, you won't see clothes on the floor because I will be flipping out, you know? Like, they need to know where things go. Organized. My daughter's closet, I need to post a video about that because it's so cute. Like, she organized everything. Like, that's coming along with her. And, you know, that's good because in the end, when she grows, that's gonna be good. Like, she's not gonna be a messy person. She's gonna be organized and...
say it to my face, bitch. I am not an organized person, y'all. I mean,
this is where we're so, you know, opposite.
Yes, I mean,
I don't know.
She honestly, like, since a child, she's been the quickest clean one. She's been the clean one.
You know, there was a point where they would call me Cinderella.
Bitch, you called yourself Cinderella. I don't remember anyone calling.
No. people call me?
I don't remember, but it wasn't Cinderella. Oh, they would call you Cha-Cha.
Oh.
Te dicen la Cha-Cha. You were chosen Cinderella. Oh. I'm sorry. I didn't have to call you out like that.
No, it's okay. I didn't remember what they were
They
calling
would call
me.
you Cha-Cha. Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, she would literally be cleaning up after all of us in the house, in a way, you know. She was the one that had to keep everything clean. Y yo era un desmadre. I would cry because I didn't want to vacuum and stuff. Like, it's been like that. And, I mean, honestly, like, I wish I grew up caring about if I have ropa en el pinche suelo. Well, you know what? I'll pick it up tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
Hell no.
I can't.
Not with me.
No, but I guess I was just, I don't know why I'm like that, but I'm like that because my mom got to a point where she would make me clean, and you guys, there was like, she started telling me to clean when I was like 13. Not anything big, you know. But then acá for my 15, you guys, I decided to take a trip to Mexico. Mm-hmm. And that was for my birthday, según yo. And then I got suspended, so then I could go. And when it was time to come back, I was there for 2 days. And then all of a sudden I came out with a boyfriend. Ya traía novio. And so I was going to stay there for like 2 weeks, right? And when I had to come back, I called my parents and I told them, I said, I'm pregnant.
You said that?
I said, I'm pregnant. And then they're like, what? And then my mom literally is like, are you dumb? And I'm just like,
¡Estás loca!
Ya, yo acá como babosa llorando, ¿da? Que porque estaba embarazada y que me iba a quedar. And literally that's what me and him had talked. And we said that was what we were going to say so I could stay with him.
Oh my God.
But you know what? It's because estaba, like, they would send me money, so I was living the life, you know? Ya ves que allá en México, en el rancho, no te piden ni una pinche para una cerveza. And I would buy the whole box of caguamas, girl. Like, I was living the life, and no parents, nobody to tell me what to do.
Oh, damn.
Because I was staying with my grandma.
Yeah.
So then that was me, honestly. I think I just took advantage. That was messed up with me. But either way, me junté, and that's where I literally learned to keep for myself, like to clean after myself, to cook for myself. I had to kill a chicken to eat if I wanted to eat. And so, like, me junté y me quedé with that dude for like 2 years, bro.
How was your chicken experience?
It was sad. I was sad because I remember that, well, he didn't work, and I literally told my dad to stop sending me money because I wanted him to, like, make a life for us, or like go us work and make a life together. But I remember we wanted to eat chicken, and then my ex-suegra, let me repeat that before he comes out here. She's all like, well, si quieres comer pollo, you know, mata una gallina. And I'm just like, I usually go to the store and buy the damn chicken, and she wanted me to kill one. So then she's like, yeah. And then I was like, well, how do I, you know? She's like, pues corretela. And if you catch her, you know, then you bring her in, then yeah. And I couldn't catch it.
Oh.
I couldn't catch the damn chicken.
How were you chasing? Like,
I was literally running around trying to chase the chicken with like a bucket.
Bucket.
No, with like a bucket. And it didn't work. So then I remember like one of my nephews, I guess you would say, his nephews. He's like, oh, tía, pues con la resortera. Girl, let me tell you, I've never hit a chicken, like, or anything. I've never hit anything on spot.
Any animal.
I've never hit, like, not even a good target, you know? And I hit the damn chicken right in the head. So then I knocked the chicken out. Oh my God, this is like a gore episode. This is a gory episode.
Disclaimers,
if you know, get triggered by stuff like this, please stop listening. Or don't stop listening. Just skip like 10 minutes. And, okay, let me tell you. And so I knocked the chicken out. And then I went and she gave me like a knife. And then she's all like, okay. She's like, like take off, like cut off the head. So like I literally, like rated R. I started to saw. I started like to cut the chickens.
Oh my God.
So when the blood started squirting and the chicken started kicking, I let it go. And no, don't laugh. It's not funny.
Oh my
That was
God.
animal cruelty, but I had to eat. And so then I let go of the chicken because I got scared. So then the chicken, they don't actually stop shaking for a while. So then the damn chicken just fucking ran. It ran all around the courtyard. Blood everywhere. The dog had caught it. And then I couldn't catch the dog to take the chicken out of his mouth. And I literally just started crying. And I went back to my room and went under the blanket. And I just kept crying. And so then she's all like, they caught it, right? And then they hung it up and they waited for it to drain out. And then she's like, come on. She's like, ya vamos a despelucar la gallina. I started crying even harder.
Oh my God.
When I saw how they put it in hot water, I was like, I think chille. I went back to my room. I was like, never again. But let me tell you, I came back to eat the damn chicken. I came back to eat the damn chicken. But that was sad. Survival of the fittest. That was hard. Like, I think that was traumatizing for me for a while. I couldn't eat chicken.
What would you say was the most toxic thing about that relationship for you?
I think it was him and how babied he was by his mom. He was like mama's boy.
Yeah.
And so his mama had a lot to say in our relationship. So he was toxic because I couldn't go to see my grandma.
Oh, damn.
And you remember, in El Rancho, it's like there was this big ass wall that I had to jump back and forth if I wanted to go out. And I still needed permission. And if he wasn't there, like if his mom said no, like I wasn't going out, And sadly, yeah, like it was abusive. It was crazy.
Why would you let
him treat me like that?
Yeah, like get that toxic. Like
because I was always told that una mujer debería de ser de un solo hombre. So cuando yo me junté a los 15 años, in my mind I had to stick with him. I had to be with him and I had to face it all with him, If he would hit me, like I would just keep quiet because that was my man and out of respect I would not put my hand up. But let me tell you, bitch, if I put my hand up, I swear to God, I would have knocked him out. Which I did, but...
So what was the fallout in your relationship?
He cheated.
That motherfucker.
He cheated on me. Like, I was so pissed because, girl, you know what we had and you know what, like, my dad did for us and he gave us. And he had a pretty good life. So, when he cheated, and I don't know why, like, I le aguanté, like las putizas, los regaños, like, le aguanté all that, hambre, like, he wouldn't work. I had to go work in the field myself.
Yeah.
And that money was taken away as soon as I got it. So, I took all that, and he still cheated? So, I'm like, you're really gonna cheat on me, like, bitch? And yet again, we lived through that. We saw that a lot. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna stand. Like, for me, and that's been my biggest pet peeve in a relationship. I cannot forgive someone cheating on me at all. It was hard.
Oh, yeah, it would be.
What about you?
Me?
You're like, what?
So, I guess you could say the only real relationship that I think I've had that molded me in my teenage years was with that one guy, I guess we can say his nickname, right?
Oh, yeah, because nobody knows him like that. Yeah, what's up?
So, yeah. So, I had a boyfriend. His nickname was Penny. And he was, like, my high school kind of sweetheart. Because I would skip.
No, she was all good, girl, until she met him. He was a big no in our...
He was a thug. Like, straight up thug. He would, like...
Remember being chased in the Alderwood Mall?
Oh my God! No, Everett Mall.
No, it was the Alderwood Mall, the one by the Northgate Mall.
Northgate Mall.
It wasn't the Alderwood. It was the Northgate Mall, where we were in the little plaza.
Yeah. he was, I guess they were doing a deal and something went south and like he was in hiding, right?
Oh, no. He thought he was gangster. Say how it was. He thought he was gangster and then he decided to hood hop.
Oh. Wasn't like that? I don't remember. I was so in love. I can tell you that. So
he was gang related, and I mean, come on, this girl over here is like she was going to church. She was a church girl.
Oh, I don't know, like, so I remember I would skip with him, like, and yeah. What else?
What do you think? Like, of his, like, because I think, like, you did a lot for that dude, but, like, why? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I feel like, so I guess we have to make a separate video of this. We know it. We're not ready for it, but I'm going to speak a little bit about it, and you guys have to still keep hearing to be able to understand us, but
it's like, walk it through with us, you know, like we are letting go little by little, but there's so much we have to say and we're still not ready.
Not for everything,
but you know, like, 𝐴𝐻𝐸𝐶𝐿 ya saben.
Yeah. So I can say I've been through a lot of trauma as a child. My biggest fallout was when I was 15. A lot of people knew about this, that, you know, I was molested by a cousin who faced charges. And for me, that everyone knew. Everyone knew. I was signaled by this girl who was molested, raped, whatever. And that for me, I felt like I had a big sign on my forehead. And why I clicked with him, one, he was a thug, I guess you can say.
I guess you could say he honestly was the black sheep of the family. Penny was like the black sheep of the family.
And he helped me get out of that funk, you know, like, live your life, go out if you want to. And he pushed me, like, he would smoke and everything, and I wouldn't use. I was like, so, I don't know, disciplined, I would say. I would like sit there and watch him smoke and stuff, and like do his deals, watch him do deals and stuff. But he accepted me, like, girl, move on type of thing. And I was like dwelling on, like, oh my gosh, like, you know, you're actually okay with that. It was hard to accept, you know, like, after I left that past the trauma, and it was my first step into an actual relationship. You know, I was like, what, 16, 17, around there, when I met him, and I was seeing him, and that's why we clicked. But then he got deported, and he was in Mexico.
I remember you guys were like, he called you, huh? When he was like, he called you when he got booked.
Yeah.
And then that's how you kind of kept talking to him.
Yeah. I was so freaking loyal to him and so dumb that I would, like, put money on his books, make sure that he had, like, money to call. And once he got deported, he was in Mexico, and he still wanted to think like he was this big shit. And
he hung out with the wrong crowd. I want to say he really hung out with the wrong crowd.
Yeah. And there's a lot of stories to what happened, but he's been MIA for a big minute now. We lost complete touch.
But I feel like he was a big part. And in a way, it was a lot of bad things that I guess you guys did as teens. But it helped, because who else was going to make you to get out of that funk like that? I remember I was that alcahueta that I'd be helping out.
We would go to the swap meets in the middle of the week.
To Tacoma. We literally would be in Tacoma. But why? Why would we even do that?
We just went to the arcade, literally. In Tacoma.
And then there was once, oh my god, I want to tell that story. There was once, you guys, that you got in a fight with my parents, right? You moved out and you were doing this life, so they took her car away. And she literally, I was asleep. I usually sleep with my window open and shit like that. And I was asleep. All of a sudden, you guys, I feel somebody yank my damn hair. And if you know me, yo soy bien miedosa. You know, I think that's why I got diabetes. And then I look up. I got up real quick, and I look up, and then she's like, hey. And I was like, what? She's like, get the keys to the car. And I was like, what? She's like, get the keys to the car. And I was like, oh, man.
Didn't we tell this story in the last episode?
Did we?
Yes. Did we? I just killed your vibe.
You killed my vibe. Now I'm not going to tell you guys the story because she said we already said it. But if you guys remember, then she took the car and she put it on neutral and she pushed it back and she took it. Grosera.
I am so sorry. I do think we talked about it.
I don't care. I wanted to say it again.
Oh, but yeah. But that guy, I think he took a lot of advantage of me because he would use me for money. I would send him money. I was working in McDonald's at that time. Had my own car.
You were like the manager. You were being trained to be manager.
Yeah, I was doing manager shit without the manager pay.
Damn, I guess that was very toxic in a way.
It was toxic because she
was toxic too. Because she is one of the most jealous persons I've known. She was like celosa pa cualquier cosa and be like, he'd literally be like, Brenda, ¿ya te volviste a encelar? She's like, no.
If you look even my cuñado, you know, like we're chilling, we're with my sister, and he dare look at another girl. I'm like, what you looking at? Like, and my sister's right there,
and I'm just like, what? Ya ni yo, you know, like her and my mama, they're just like, they always bashing him, and I'm just like, let him be, you know.
I can't have a relationship. I'm too toxic.
Esos son los ojos pa ver, you know, like what are we gonna do about it? As long as he don't touch.
And she's so chill about it. No, it's hard. But yeah,
I'm chilling the outside, but wait till we go home. No, no, but I mean, like, I guess my other relationship that I can say was very toxic. I was 18 and I was working at a newspaper route and I met a dude there, right? He era like güerito with ojos de color ojos verdecitos, bro. I loved his eyes. And well, this dude, like, I don't even know why. Why did we even start talking? I don't even know why Linosa Ramona, and he's all like, oh, let me get your number. And I was like, oh, shit, yeah, what's up? And then we started talking. And then he told me, like, we kind of started having a thing, but not like a big thing, you know? Like, we weren't getting down and dirty or nothing like that. We were just talking, texting, calling, and all that. Your face is, like, specified.
I was like, where was I? I was going to say, because we were running the routes together.
Yeah, but there was times you didn't go.
I was pregnant.
You were pregnant.
I was very pregnant. Yeah. Okay.
And so then I started talking to this dude, right? And then we got, like, close. And he tells me, like, hey, you know, I have kids. And I was like, oh, cool, you know, like, it don't bug me if you got kids. But then there was one day that this lady walked up to me in the bathroom. And then she's like, hey, I know you're talking to this. I used to call him Ojitos. So we're going to call him Ojitos. She's like, hey, I know you're talking to Ojitos. And he's married. He has 2 girls. And be careful of him, you know, like, ten cuidado con él. And I'm just like, oh, okay, you know, like, shit. Like, that's messed up. Like, I don't want to be with a married man. Like, I don't want to do that. And so then he saw us both walk out. And then he's like, hey, did you talk to her? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, what did she say? I was like, oh, that you're married. He looked at me. He's like, I'm married. But he's like, we're getting divorced. He's like, I'm trying to move out. He's like, help me move out. And so when I found him this place, you know, like, he went to live with a homegirl. What's up, homegirl? And so, like, I helped him move out. I helped him get a bed. I helped him all this, you know?
Yep.
And he was probably, I don't know how long he, like, literally stayed there. But we were close. Like, I was with him, like, every day, you know. Like, we literally would go to work together. And then, like, you know, we were on the phone 24/7. I met his kids. Like, I went out with his kids.
Oh, damn.
And one day, he's like, hey. He's all like, would you change for me? And I was like, what do you mean change for me? He's like, yeah. He's like, would you lose weight for me? He's like, would you work on yourself? You know, like, adelgazarías para estar conmigo. And, you know, you guys, like I said, like, as a kid, I was always told that my trauma was because I was big. And I learned to accept and love myself regardless. And I'm just like, I literally looked at him, and believe me, I can tell you I fell in love with this dude hard. And he looked at me, and he's like, will you lose weight for me? And I was like, no. Like, I would not. Like, if you love me for who I am, or you're not going to love me. And then he's like, he's like, eres perfecta, eres la mujer perfecta, eres lo que yo quiero, es lo que yo quisiera tener con mis hijos. He's like, pero me importa mucho como te ves. And I was like, bitch. And I was like, no, well, it's cool, you know. Like, I didn't cry.
Oh, my God.
And I just said, I was like, it is what it is. And then he's like, can I give you, like, a kiss, you know, our last kiss? And I was like, the fuck? I was like, no. And so he's like, okay. He's like, are you gonna stay the night? And I was like, no, like, I'm leaving. Obviously, I'm leaving. And I just walked out. Like, I just left. Oh, but I remember, like, driving through the freeway was the worst, because I just wanted to just grab the fucking car and just go boom. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't stop crying, and I was like, I can't believe, like, you know.
He did that to you.
He did that to me. Like, I was like, I did a lot of shit for you. And you tell me I'm perfect, but my image bugs you. Mm-hmm. Whatever. And then he turned out that he literally told me, like, straight up, that meant that he was going to go back to his wife. And his wife was this pretty little thing. I mean, she was pretty, like, I'm not going to lie. And he went back with her. And still being with her, like, he would call me. He's like, hey, I want to see you. And, like, I saw him once. Just once. Mm. And, after that, like, apparently he left his wife one more time. And then he started going out with this other girl. And now they're, like, engaged or some shit like that. She's the manager of a Taco Bell, let me tell you that. And till this day, like, I had to block him because I was like, I'm in a really good relationship right now. And I'm in a really good spot. But he was one of my biggest temptations. So I was like, let me block you. I was like, I'm okay. We don't need to see each other. And now I was like, I'm going to go to Taco Bell and talk to your lady that you won't leave me alone. But I blocked him. I did that big girl stuff. But that was hard, like, being told like that I think it got to me at some point. But then the man I'm with, dude, he's just like, you're so beautiful, out of the nowhere. And it's so nice to be told, like, I'm pretty. Like, I can walk butt naked, and he's just staring at me. And sometimes I'm like, me le está contando las pinches lonjas, you know? And he just has this look of love, and I was like, yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, I was like, I'm staying with this one. I was like, I love him, he loves me. Sometimes. Because sometimes I get toxic. Por estas pinches tóxicas amigas que tengo. Y esta carnala que me cargo, bitches make me like, what? Like, I should be doubting him? Like, what? No, just kidding. Kind of.
Crazy.
It is, like, it's crazy, like we said. It's crazy how much relationships, like, mold you to your now, you know? Like, to your now person, in a way, like, who you are now.
It's crazy, but let us know. Message us what you guys think a toxic relationship, like your number one toxic relationship, has been for you, or what happened to you that you are this way now. Like me, I'm still struggling. I'm figuring myself out, learning how to accept myself now, because I didn't take care of myself, and
it's a process. It's a journey, and we're glad that you guys are taking it with us, because
it's hard.
It's hard, and sometimes I like that you guys shout out your opinions and, like, message us, and it's nice to, like, see somebody else's point of view, and, you know, like, we sit back and we're like, you know, like, we sit down and we talk about it, and we're like, they're right. Like, why did we act like this, you know? Like, why did we react to this? But it's nice. that we're all doing this together. And thank you.
Thank you for tuning in. And I think this is all we have time for.
The chisme was getting good.
The chisme was getting good.
It was, but you gotta tune back in.
Yes, every Friday. Don't forget to tune into Entre Hermanas.